A lasting power of attorney is a document or documents that gives somebody who you love or care for the authority to deal with your financial affairs if at any time you become incapable of doing so. There are two types of lasting power of attorney. There's a lasting power of attorney for property and affairs, and there is also another lasting power of attorney that was brought in the recent legislation for personal welfare, which you give your attorney to make decisions about life-sustaining treatment and what you would like to happen to you in your last few weeks and months of life. A lasting power of attorney is something that everybody should set up. It's a document that is set up basically so that other people can have the authority to deal with your affairs if at any time you become incapable of doing so. Most people have the impression that the lasting power of attorney is only for older people, for when they lose their mental capacity in older age. In fact, it should be set up for anybody, younger people who have got families, because at the end of the day, if the unexpected happens, then you have a lasting power of attorney set up so that the people who are left behind picking up the pieces don't have any problems doing so. Because if it's not set up, then life can get very complicated and they're obviously going to be distressed at that stage anyway. If you don't have a lasting power of attorney and set up and something happens to you, then the people that you care about are going to have to make an application to the Court of Protection to be appointed as a deputy. This takes approximately 6 months. It's a very burdensome, complex procedure which is expensive and causes stress in an already difficult time. If you're setting up a lasting power of attorney, it's a good idea to instruct a solicitor because it's a complicated document which is set up specifically to protect you. Previous powers of attorney that were set up were unfortunately open to financial abuse. The idea of the lasting powers of attorney is to close some of those loopholes so that it is more difficult for family or friends appointed as attorneys to financially abuse you. Therefore, it is necessarily more complicated and it's better to have a solicitor to guide you through it so that it's set up correctly.